Story 1. My girlfriend cheated on me with her ex-boyfriend, got pregnant, and made me believe the child was mine. I, 25 years, got cheated on by my 22 years old girlfriend with her ex-boyfriend, and she made me believe the baby she was carrying was mine. There's a lot of events that preceded the said event of me being made to believe I was going to be a father. I met this girl about a year and 6 months ago. The ship kicked off nicely. She was a nice girl, at least I thought, and she was very pretty too. Our relationship was smooth sailing in the beginning, although we had issues here and there like any other couple. She was staying about 30 to 40 minutes from my place. I am already a young professional who has already finished school and kick-starting his career. She was in the course of completing her studies in a local university in the same town. So, this meant she was staying at a student accommodation, residence as they call it. You will remember how that setting is during our college life, when students would do all sorts of nasty things to each other when they are all under the same roof. I did not have a problem with this, as she would visit me regularly, almost every week, weekend most of the time. Things took a turn of the worst when the visits started becoming less frequent, and she would always claim she is busy or whatever silly excuse she had at the time. I didn't want to be selfish and want to have her all to myself with the little time she has to herself, considering she was a student and most of her time outside of school she would spend with me. That was my mistake. The visits became less frequent, and this bothered me as time went by because I had suspicions she was starting to spend time with somebody else. However, I didn't think too much into it, as I thought, oh no, she is an innocent girl and would never for whatever reason do such a thing to me given how good our relationship was. Wrong. I later discovered that she had been secretly meeting up with one of the ex-boyfriends who goes to the same college as her. How I found out would need me to write another Reddit story. I confronted her about it, and she had no choice but to admit it, as I presented her with an overwhelming amount of evidence proving the fact. At this point I also found out they have slept together, and I just wanted to know why. Why did she betray my trust like that, and what led her to the said incident, as I have been nothing but good to her. She insisted she was in a bad space and needed someone to talk to, and one thing led to the other, and she was sorry. She told me she would understand if I cannot forgive her of this act, as she is fully aware how wrong of her that was, and she would understand if I wanted nothing to do with her. I should have listened. I should have listened to her then. Because what is about to follow is a series of events that led to her making me believe the child she was carrying was mine. We talked things out and she apologized, and I had fully forgiven her for this, as she was sincere and sorry about what she did. Fast forward to 3 months later, we find out she is pregnant. Surprise. At this time, she had told me that she had cut all communication with her ex-boyfriend, and they weren't in contact in any way. I later discovered that she told him about the pregnancy. However, did not tell him that she was actually in a relationship and there is a potential father of this child, as she already knew what she had done. I confronted her about this, and she confessed that she contacted him, yes, but her reasons were that she wanted him to back off so that she can continue living her life with me, who is the father of her child and partner. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I will now fast forward to when the baby was born, and I went to visit them soon, weeks after she went to labor. I spent time with them, and everything was nice. We were happy that we were having a baby, and I was super excited of the idea that I am now a father. There were conversations preceding her going into labor between us pertaining the paternity of the baby, and I explicitly asked her, is there by any chance I am not the father of this baby? She reassured me that I am the father, and I should not be worried about me not fathering the child. Also, I was not about to question a heavily pregnant woman about the paternity of what our baby could potentially be. That made me feel horrible, and I stopped questioning her about this. Coming back to when the baby was born, 2 months after the baby was born, I later discovered that she had again rekindled her relationship with the said ex-boyfriend, and she was bringing the child for him to see behind my back. Mind you, this guy does not know that there is already an existing father of this baby. At this point I catch her out in the act, and her whole lie is unrevealed. We fight over this, and I request a DNA test done so we can finish this and rule out any uncertainty. We continue to be a couple and raise the baby together. However, I told her it was only fair for the other alleged father to also contribute towards the maintenance of the child until all facts are on the table, as I had been the one supporting them throughout her pregnancy and postpartum. This happens for a period of about 2 months before the DNA test is done. Early this year the results came out saying I am not the father of this child. I am distraught, to say the least. I am disappointed in myself and for putting so much trust in one person who did nothing but break it and my heart into pieces. I have since kicked them out of my place with her child and told them they can go live their happy lives with their newly found family. To be honest, this hurts me so much. I don't go a day without thinking about them. I have already formed a solid bond with what was to be my child. Not to mention my said ex-girlfriend. All the life I knew and was preparing myself for is all gone now. I'm miserable AF. Reader comment, did you sign the birth certificate? If you did, you need a lawyer yesterday to get your name off of it before the time limit runs up, and she wises up to this and takes you to court for support. Original poster, we were not too naive to do that. We knew the results could come out otherwise, so I didn't sign up for that. Reader comment, greater than I am disappointed in myself and for putting so much trust in one person who did nothing but break it and my heart into pieces. Brother, be honest with yourself. You were lazy, afraid, and desperate. You chose to be ignorant despite all the facts. Take better care of yourself in the future. Original poster, yeah, I kind of enabled the mistreatment in a way. I guess it's a hard lesson learnt. Trying not to be hard on myself anyway, faced with tears of joy lol. Story 2. Wife cheated. Once she passes, can I tell the spouse of the other party? This happened a couple of years ago. Wife had a friend from her early 22nd who was from UK, call him Graham. During this time Graham was dating the wife's childhood best friend. All three remained friends and the wife went to the UK visit him and his family in her late 32nd. Edit. The best friend above is not Graham's wife. I did tell the best friend and she didn't really care because that was 30 years ago, and she is over the guy and happily married to someone not in this story. We got married in her 42nd and I was introduced to Graham and family virtually, and our families exchanged XMAS cards, and occasionally I would hear some story about what Graham and family are up to. Fast forward 14 years and in 2017, she is diagnosed with a cancer that is stage 4. Our relationship wasn't in a good place before this happened. Fast forward to late 2018, she decides she is going to London with a girlfriend for a girls' trip before they start a heavier round of chemo. She said she reached out to Graham for tips on what to do. Long story short, I found out they had started sexting before the trip and arranged for him to be in London with a hotel room when she lands. They smashed and then kept up the sexting when she got home for another month. When I uncovered what happened, I found the digital evidence, chat logs, pictures, and videos. Given her situation, I forgave her. We tried for another year, but the marriage was too broken, so we separated. At the time I uncovered the cheating, I was going to tell Graham's wife, which started my wife pleading to not destroy his marriage. In an effort to keep the peace, I agreed to not tell his wife. My agreement didn't dampen my feeling that Graham's wife should know and make her own decisions. The plan swimming around in my head is once the wife passes, I will reach out to Graham's wife and ask if she wants to know where her husband was January 19, 2019, and why I know what he did that day. If she chooses to remain in the dark, I wouldn't tell her. Would I be in a hole for going back on my word after she passes and telling Graham's wife and sending her the digital records I collected? TLDR, wife cheated, and the other party and his wife are known to me. I promise to not tell his wife. Once my wife passes from cancer, would I be in a hole for breaking my word and giving his wife a chance to know the truth? Reader comment, do not wait until she passes. Tell Graham's wife now. She deserves closure and the chance to have it out with her childhood best friend who betrayed her. Depriving her of that and leaving her feeling helpless and lost in the aftermath would be monumentally unfair. If Graham didn't want to destroy his marriage, he shouldn't have cheated on his wife. Original poster, my struggle is we have a kid, and he spends half his week with me and other half with her. He has autism and we are working through major behavioral issues. It has taken me months to get her to be a mom and share info etc. that I can leverage with his doctor. We have created a kind of a drama-free zone. I'm concerned if I make the call to Graham's wife, I will end up dealing with her anger and the next few months will be painful and impact my son. I appreciate all the advice. I have played this out so much in my head and wanted other viewpoints. Reader comment, why would you hide the secrets of a liar? If I was the wife here and you told me after my best friend died that she slept with my husband, I would find you just as repulsive. You could have saved me time. You could have given me the chance to leave this man and woman who cheated me out of a loving life for so many years. It's always interesting to me that the person who has all the information feels entitled to keeping the same life-changing information from someone else. Kind of shitty to sit there and allow yourself the time to grieve and end your marriage, yet in order to protect your post-cheating wife, you sacrifice a woman's autonomy to make her own choices. How nice that you got the choice to stay or leave, but she doesn't. What great friends she has. Original poster, not telling is part of keeping the peace with my wife, who I shared custody of an autistic child. We have established a decent co-parenting relationship and I worry about telling and causing drama that will spill over and cause issues with raising my son. FYI, I did reach out to Graham's wife once and he told her to ignore me, so she did. At my core, I want her to know, but at what cost to me? I just came out of some massively difficult years and life is looking up. I don't want splashback via the wife that is going to create a lot of drama with her. She can be vicious. Hope this explained why I haven't told yet. Reader comment, that poor women living a lie and you can change that. But you're selfish. Original poster, how am I selfish? I'm putting the needs of my son first. I did reach out to the wife once and she refused to engage, talk with me. I still think she deserves to know, but do I turn my life upside down to tell her? The wife whom I'm separated from can make things very difficult. I just got my life headed in a good direction 4 years after she cheated. Don't want to risk going back into the darkness. Story 3. My girlfriend cheated on me, but it's so confusing to me. I don't know what the truth is and I don't know what to do or believe. My girlfriend of 2 years and 4 months cheated on me. It was in May 2022 divided by June 2022. I got told last Saturday, so it's been about 7 minutes 8 months. They have been such an amazing 7 minutes 8 months too. The whole relationship has been great, apart from one time really, this time. Her boy best friend was the only person she trusted at the time because her friends and family would constantly drill in her head every day that I was toxic, controlling, manipulative and not right for her. She listened to them and not me whenever I said they are lying, and these things aren't true. My mental health was extremely bad, as so was hers, and we definitely could have been healthier, but cheating. I didn't think it was even a possibility at all, not in the slightest. She got close to this boy and would flirt with him on purpose and sent him revealing pictures for him to keep on his phone. The next day she was over his house, and he fingered her, kissed her TTS and SHT like that. She said she has zero intention at all to cheat physically. She said she froze when he touched her because it was so unexpected, and she was so shocked, and then she went along with it. She can only remember when he first touched her. She says she can't remember anything else about the night, and I don't know how, but I want to know how. I spoke to the boy. He says she liked it, and he could feel her being wet through her trousers. My girlfriend disagrees and says she didn't like it and it hurt the next day, which made her realize that too. I had to ask the boy to find out most of the story. My girlfriend opened up about it but didn't tell me the whole story, but she says she did that because she couldn't remember any of what he said and that she never intentionally lied. She felt so guilty and never wanted to tell me because she said she knew she would never ever do it again, but didn't know why she did it in the moment, as she had no intentions. She says about her being trapped and unhappy due to her mental health. She went to him for comfort but got a lot more. She lied to me about a dog being sick to cover it up. She knew the whole time what she was doing was wrong. She says she did freeze at first and then went along with it to be protected and not hurt him or annoy him, as she said she was scared to upset him. Some of the things she said about me too. She said she would be with him if she wasn't already with me, and that the only reason she was with me is because she was attached and couldn't cope with a breakup. She says she never meant this, and she never stopped loving me. She also told the boy how she liked him for years and still has feelings for him, which she also denied as being true at all. Which keeps me constantly wondering about why she said it then. Her mental health was really bad, and she would have voices in her head, but she still knew it was wrong, and she says she didn't mean them things she said, but she still said then, and I want to know why. My girlfriend flirted with him on purpose, which she will admit to. She said she did it in a joke way but actually wanted to flirt. She says that it was all just stupid though and never meant anything. This flirting went on for apparently just under 2 weeks according to the boy. I know it wasn't too long anyway, although the entire emotional buildup between them was much longer, as I could see it coming the whole time. She says as soon as that one night happened, she knew she would never do it again. He tried it again because she trusted him to take her home one night out. She said no and got out the car and away, and then had him walk her home. That was the last time they ever saw each other. After the first time they have had any other plans, so it does match her story. I knew it had happened really. Not actually, but I could have guessed. I was always suspicious. She told me about the time in the car when she said no the day after and said he assaulted her, and that I was right the entire time. I would always say he was weird and that I didn't like how close they were, and she never told me she went to his house. She hid it from me until I saw her location, and then she just made excuses to cover it up. I do believe she regretted it a lot, and that's why it didn't happen again. She had a bit of drink too, but says she wasn't drunk. I don't get how she couldn't remember most of this or pretty much anything from the night. She used to say I was gaslighting and controlling her, while doing that exact same thing to me in the same text. I would be on FaceTime in the night to her and I could hear her texting in her phone and stuff, and she would say that I never sleep before her and it's weird, and that she can't do anything without me asking. She said I didn't ever have to worry. Then when I was worried, she would get angry and belittle me, calling me insecure and controlling. She said I need to trust her, and the reason I let her talk to this boy is because I did trust her, and she said to trust her, so that doesn't even make sense. I'm in so much pain. I can't ask her too many questions or she gets extremely anxious too, and I don't want to cause her to have a breakdown. My girlfriend says she loved me the entire time and she never actually wanted it and felt she was taken advantage of by the boy because he initiated it, and she had such bad mental health at the time. But she still went along with it even though she has no plans to do it that night. Maybe she still did. But what does that mean? The things she said about me and that absolutely break my heart into a million pieces. I don't get why she did it all. Why can't she remember? Is that possible for her not to remember, and did she really not want it or supposedly not like it in the moment according to her? I want to try and stay with her, but without knowing the answers to these questions it's going to be really hard. I need a better understanding on all of it, and we do want to go to therapy to try and figure this out and resolve it, as we DK both have faith for the future. For me, I just need to find some of these things out before I can go forward. I hope therapy can help. Any suggestions for that on Wales would be good too. TL, Doctor. My girlfriend cheated on me by getting fingered by another boy. She said I never had to worry about him. She told me she froze when it happened and couldn't remember the rest. All the details he told me she said she cannot remember, and that she genuinely never wanted to do it and knows she would never do it again. He says she did like it, but she says she didn't, and it was sore the next day. She did hide it all at first thought, but never planned to meet him again after the first time. I don't know what to believe. I want to stay with her but want to understand more and know more of the truth. Reader comment, knowing truth what you will do. I in the first place why she will send revealing pic of her to him and all. Just to make you jealous. If you both are not mentally well, get out of this relationship and become well, then get into relationship. Right now, it's not right time to be in relationship. Original poster, we have actually both really improved mentally. This happened 7 minutes 8 months ago. She just only told me recently. She is going to the doctors to sort her mental health out, and she knows it's no excuse having bad mental health, but she says she knows she would never have done it otherwise. Reader comment, let's break this down just a little deeper. Are you a generally good, honest man? If so, do you want to be with someone who isn't? Is it the life you want? In the end, you will never get a straight answer from her. She is a liar. She was either lying to him for laughs and entertainment or to you. If she was lying to you, it was to cheat on you, disrespect you, and absolutely manipulate you into being her little safety net while she F's other guys. If she was lying to him, it was to practice absolutely controlling and manipulating men for fun. Now, she claims to be the victim. She is willing to do all that and now baselessly accuse an innocent man of rape because she was mentally unwell. There is no scenario here where she is a good person. No offense, bro, but remove your head from your A. She is beyond toxic. She is a liar, narcissist, and in a general worthless person. Kick her to the curb. The next person she accuses of abuse or RP will probably be you. In fact, she probably already has. Why do you think her family hates you? Original poster, I could have been a lot better too. It's not all her. Yes, she took it too far and made the biggest mistake, but I definitely am not all good and perfect. We have come so far since then, but this is obviously going to be tough. It's not her whole family who hate me. She would never accuse me of them things, and I do genuinely know that. Reader comment, I think the one line you wrote, Opus, speaks volumes. That she said if she wasn't with you, she'd be with him, and the reason she's with you is she's attached and couldn't cope with a breakup. I know it's rough, Opus, but that in itself tells you everything you need to know about her as a person. You need to walk away, for you. And if she is indeed going through mental health issues, she needs to get help for it, but in the meantime what she is doing to you is not okay. And that's coming from me who is bipolar, so it's not coming from a place with no experience. She's lied a lot, Opus, and that's not normal and not okay. She can apologize all she wants, but at the end of the day, she chose to flirt with him. She chose to be touched by him. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. You are young, it's time to walk away and be with someone who will be as loyal to you as you are to them. But you need to open your eyes and see that what you are feeling now for her isn't love. You are defending her because you yourself don't want to leave because you are attached, but this attachment from both of you isn't healthy at all.